Hello, and welcome to Module 3 of Student Organization Leader Training. In this module, we will be discussing raising funds for your RSO. The most common avenue for funding your RSO comes through student government, and there are two main methods that student government provides for funding. The first is annual allocations, otherwise known as ANAL. Annual allocations occur every spring quarter for the upcoming academic year. That means in this upcoming spring of 2015, you will be applying for funding for the entire 2015-2016 academic year. Annual allocations are generally used for traditional annual events and administrative expenses for RSOs. Your RSO advisor within the Center for Leadership and Involvement will reach out before annual allocations begin to arrange a budget meeting and to review the process and timeline with you. To review your current annual allocations for the 2014-2015 academic year, you may visit the RSO funding website at the link provided in the Dig Deeper section of this module.
The other type of funding is SGFC, Student Government Funding Committee. SGFC typically funds events and activities and other organizational expenses for RSOs. It's a pretty easy process. All you need to do is submit your budget. Budgets are due Wednesday at noon. This has changed from the past when it was due on Fridays. And budgets must be submitted at least 2 weeks prior to the event of your date. If it is submitted outside of that 2-week window, it would not be heard and you would have to change your event or not get funding. You would then go to the committee the following Tuesday and present your budget. This is a pretty easy meeting. They'll have a couple of questions, and you'll just have to explain what is the purpose of the event and why they should give you your funding. You will then be informed of their decision during the meeting. Within 1 week, you will receive your allocation. For the fall, the first deadline is October 24th, which is the Tuesday of 5th week. And you can access SGFC starting 5th week of fall quarter.
Some tips regarding SGFC. Read through the SGFC funding guidelines that are linked in the Dig Deeper section of this module to ensure what you are requesting is fundable. Note that SGFC will not fund to reimburse for purchases made before you submit a budget. Make sure to itemize all of your expenses in your budget and provide as much detail as possible. Also, be prepared to talk about your event or request and be knowledgeable about your RSO's current account balance and financial situation. And please remember to be early. You cannot request any funds for an event that is happening less than 10 days from the budget due date. The earlier you get your request into your advisor for review, the better. There are a few additional campus funding sources that you should know about that are not through student government. There's the Arts Council, which is for arts-related activities. Preference is given to projects that demonstrate innovation, collaboration, student participation, and partial support from other sources. For more information, applications, and deadlines, visit the UChicago Arts website linked in the Dig Deeper section of this module. There's the Community Service Fund, which is administered through the University Community Service Center. They provide financial resources to support work of RSOs in partnership with community agencies. They make both quarterly and annual allocations. For more information, see the UCSC website linked in the Dig Deeper section of this module. There's the Dean's Fund. The Dean's Fund supports innovative one-time ideas from students. Their goal is to support academic and social contributions to the life of the college, and as they are one-time funds, they cannot be renewed. For more information, visit the link in the Dig Deeper section of this module. The Student Government Graduate Council has limited funds to support RSOs that are either grad student RSOs or have considerable appeal to grad students. Groups should contact Grad Council about these funding opportunities by reaching out at the link provided in the Dig Deeper section of this module. Additionally, each graduate school and division receives a portion of the student activities fee to support grad student activity. RSOs that have an affiliation with their graduate school or division should contact their Dean of Students for information about availability of funds and application procedures. The Office of Multicultural Student Affairs supports programming efforts by cultural RSOs that are consistent with the mission of OMSA. The OMSA Allocation Board consists of actively involved students, and for more information about their timelines and processes, contact OMSA either by phone, email, or visit them at their space at 5710 South Woodlawn. Oftentimes, a university department will co-sponsor an RSO event when that event meets goals or missions of that department. For more information, work with your RSO advisor within the Center for Leadership and Involvement to identify additional potential university funding sources. Lastly, there's the Women's Board. The project selection for Women's Board projects and funding occurs each spring, with preference given to academic research, education, community outreach, and student life projects. Funds are available for both large and small initiatives that yield high impact for students in ways that broadly support student life. Information and call for proposals will be available in the Winter RSO newsletter. Your campus may also want to consider some off-campus funding. This can include fundraising and sponsorship. Many RSOs may ask businesses to donate in-kind items such as food, beverages, and supplies. This is a great way to offset costs for your organization. Some fundraising and sponsorship activities require additional university approval. This includes asking a company or individual for sponsorship or for donations over $500, applying for grants, or contacting business and alumni for fundraising campaigns. If you choose to pursue this avenue, work with your RSO advisor in the Center for Leadership and Involvement early on. When fundraising, all cash income, particularly from vending and ticket sales, for example, must be deposited into your RSO's account. Deposit forms are available in the Student Activity Center in the lower level of the Reynolds Club. Seal the form in an envelope with your funds and you will receive a receipt once it's been deposited. Please note that donations must be deposited separately from other funds within 48 hours of receiving them. Mark the deposit clearly with "donation" on the envelope. All checks should be made out to the University of Chicago with your RSO's name in the memo line, and checks should remain unendorsed. Also, a note on e-commerce. RSOs are not permitted to collect funds or sell items online, and prohibited sites include, but are not limited to, PayPal, Kickstarter, Indiegogo, GoFundMe, Square or other mobile funding apps, and online ticket sale platforms. If you have questions, please reach out and talk to your RSO advisor. You have now reached the end of Training Module 3. Please complete the quiz and then move on to Module 4, which is linked in the Dig Deeper section of this module.